movie, and I feel like it should have a number. And I would say 7, even though 7 already is a movie out there with Brad Pitt, which we quote all the time.
Sure.
But he has 6 Super Bowl rings. And I feel like Tom Brady should stay in New England and get that number 7. Because we know number 7 is like the number of completion. It's perfectness. It's everything that we know when it's about the completion of his career will be the 7th Super Bowl win. There's 7 continents, 7 holes in your head. There's 7 colors in the rainbow. And that 7th ring will be Tom Brady's ultimate walk-off for football.
With New England.
With New England.
Interesting.
7th ring. God created the world in 7 days, and he ended Brady's career with the 7th Super Bowl ring.
Thank you, Joel Osteen.
Damn.
Lovely.
Joel, incredible. Isn't 7 signs also that Satan is coming back or something? 7 is a weighted number.
This took a turn.
You went heavy. You went
199 Productions. I'm surprised it went underreported by Selva, but also Mark Bulger's opening 168 Productions and Giovanni Carmarzi's 65 Productions.
There you go.
There's a lot of competition. A couple things. I don't immediately think, well, he's going to the Chargers. LA, he has a production company. Like, that is just Brady free agency for dummies. Like, that is the too convenient of a move. There's a million people that have production companies, major stars all around the world, Harrison Ford, Sandra Bullock. They don't live and work in LA. You can have whatever you want. I do think it's interesting. Bill Simmons on his podcast floated a theory that right now, over the past several weeks, continuing forward, that Brady is shooting a documentary on his own process. That
go on.
These calls into Dana White on the other end of it are being filmed, and these things where he's showing up here and Vrabel and all that is part of the documentary about Tom Brady's final free agency period, which he will be released under 199 Productions, which I think is actually a brilliant idea because we would all watch it. I think the ending that would give the most Hollywood ending is, of course, with New England, one more, that's fine, but I don't in any way think that this is all of a sudden he's going to play for Anthony Lynn in a new stadium for the Chargers. I think he's in the same uniform with a new company, taking on T. Martin's production company.
T. Martin. So shout out to Spurgeon Wynn, who was drafted before Tom Brady. Reese Witherspoon lives in Nashville and has a very successful film career and a very successful production company. Like, Kyle's spot on. Just because you start going to do a production company with the Russo brothers, who are from Cleveland, by the way, does not mean you are suddenly moving to the Hollywood Hills and going and living up on Mulholland Drive. Russo brothers, very big football fans, very big Marvel guys. Also the producers of You, Me, and Dupree.
No kidding.
With Owen Wilson. Great movie.
I didn't know
Fantastic.
that was their hands were on that.
Wow. I think Brady's going to definitely feel this thing out. I just don't see the Chargers as the place. I don't see him being the third tenant in the big moves. The Rams being the big story, the Vegas Raiders, and then Brady with the Chargers. I just don't see Brady in a Chargers uniform. So I don't know how this ends up, but I don't see Chargers.
Whatever happens, I just want there to be a Portuguese version of this documentary with Giselle narrating it. That's it. It's a global production company, he said, right?
Okay.
$199. No different fan base. Speaking of calling out, let's go to Will Selva out in L.A., the Culver City newsroom. Will, it's bright and early on the West Coast. What news do you have for us?
Well, first off, happy birthday to Chuck Norris. He's 80 today. 80 years old. Yes. I can't believe it.
Roundhouse kick and high-waisted jeans, baby.
Still kicking.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, it's widely believed former Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is the key piece to this year's draft. Now, if Tua is healthy from a hip injury, well, we could be seeing some movement from teams in the first round, jockeying for the best position to select him. Now, Tua's doctor and NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport both reporting Tua cleared his 4-month checkup last week. He's resumed light football-related drills, such as dropping back and throwing. Tua had said he would have a private pro day on April 9th, but this date hasn't been firmed up just yet. Meanwhile, Titans wide receiver A.J. Brown developing chemistry with quarterback Ryan Tannehill when he was installed as the starter. And although Brown enjoyed his time with him, he told SiriusXM NFL Radio if they can't sign Tannehill and Tom Brady is available, well, it's Tom freaking Brady.
Of course, we want Ryan back. Of course, I got chemistry with him already. So going to the year 2, I feel like it'll grow more. But unfortunately, if things don't go as planned, if we get Tom Brady or whatever, who wouldn't want to play with Tom Brady? I'm just gonna be honest. He know how to do it. He won Super Bowls, and I really want to be around him. Even if I don't even play with him, I just want to have a conversation with him, just try to pick his brain. and see how he does things. But, you know, we're fortunate enough to get Tom Brady this year. It'll be insane. But regardless of whoever we get, I just want them just to hurry up so I can know who my quarterback will be this upcoming year.
And who wouldn't want to make a movie with or for Brady? Brady announcing he's launching 199 Productions. The significance of the number comes from his place in the 2000 draft. It's called a global multi-platform content company that develops docs, feature films, and TV shows. Brady's first project is a documentary called Unseen Football. He partnered with the directors of Avengers Endgame. And this inevitably brought up the subject of LeBron James, who then he started a production company, and then they're thinking, the link to L.A., maybe the Chargers for Brady in Hollywood. So thus, let more speculation continue.
You just want Tom Brady to be your neighbor, don't you, Will?
Yeah, I do.
I feel it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit.
It'd be nice.
Little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will. And like he just broke it down for us, Tom Brady has teamed up with the Russo brothers. No big deal for his production company. They directed the final chapter of the Avengers series, which has an ending that shocked a lot of Marvel fans, including LaShawn McCoy, if you remember. So what final twist or grand finale?
The quarterback position. This was a team that may have very well been in Super Bowl contention had they had a competent quarterback down the end of the season. I thought Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges were great stories, but when they needed it most, they lost the last 3 games of the season. They missed the big dance. Roethlisberger, we hear that they're all in. We hear that he's healthy. We hear that he's throwing. But you see these visuals, it's not the same as seeing him out there. He's 38 years old. He's coming off a major, major arm injury. And now we have to see if he's the missing piece, because that defense is going to be awesome. And we know they've got skill position players ready to emerge. Roethlisberger, of all people, the guy with 2 rings, is my biggest question for the Steelers this year.
All right. Feed up another one, MJ.
All right.
All right. Well done. Well
Peter, that was really good. It's like you're on Steelers radio.
Yeah.
Really fantastic. It was really good. All right, what do I got?
Kyle's up now.
What do I got? Biggest question for this team is? The Green Bay Packers. Well, that's fascinating. All right.
Is it, Kyle?
It really is. Yes, I'm calling it the ESPN Green Bay. My biggest question is how are you going to get up off the mat? You got absolutely destroyed in that game. We saw all the trips to California last year, year 2 under LaFleur. What are you going to do about it? We said after that game when they lost to the Niners so badly that I felt like they lost that game in the weight room. They were completely out-muscled. So, you have a pass rush, you got a quarterback, you got receivers, you got everything, all the way to go to the title game, but you had nothing. What are you going to do to get stronger? To be, honestly, if you want to talk about the X's and O's, you need to be better against the run. They ran right up the middle on you. So Mike Daniels left last year. You have all these people. Where are the new B.J. Raji's? Where are the new run stoppers on the defensive line? Because I love those pass rushers, but the Niners went right through you. So what are you going to do about it? It starts in Las Vegas.
Let's go. 2 for 2 here.
Got to do it. Come on, Daniel. Put up the brick. Come on.
Burleson, for you, the Vikings.
Okay.
Minnesota. Hey, listen, speaking of getting up off the mat, here's the thing about this team. Every single season, especially after the Kirk Cousins era, we're looking at the squad saying they got everything they need. They got 2 really good wide receivers. The tight end play is always phenomenal. And Dalvin Cook last year, there were points where we honestly looked at each other and said he's the best running back in football. What happened to that defense of a few years ago where they were dominant and holding down the team? And also, Kevin Stefanski leaving and going to the Cleveland Browns. Like, this is an individual that helped this become one of the better offenses. Do you know that the Minnesota Vikings led the NFL in play-action passes? I mean, every time they faked that handoff to Dalvin Cook, they were going up top to Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. Are they still going to have that same type of rhythm and flow without Kevin Stefanski there? I'm looking forward to these guys not just getting into the postseason. They didn't pay Kirk Cousins all that money to get into the playoffs. They need to win a Super Bowl. Minnesota Vikings, Skol Vikes.
You like when he went Stefanski, didn't you?
I love that.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Okay, here's the next question before we pick the teams.
What's the question?
Next up, the offseason is time for hope for pretty much every NFL fan, right? What offseason addition could take this team to the next level? So the first one up.
You want a name here? Whatever you want.
First?
Kyle will go first.
All right, no problem. Off-season edition.
Yours is the Colts.
Oh, that's good.
The Colts. Okay. What offseason addition to take them to the next level? It's funny you say that because I look at the quarterback immediately. Jacoby Brissett is good. His teammates love him, but he seems to be really solid. Do you want to get to the next level? The next level being Kansas City, Baltimore, maybe New England. I think you have to upgrade that position. Jacoby Brissett is a great teammate. He was supposed to be the backup for Andrew Luck last year. He was thrust into it. I think they're going to go to the draft. I do not think they're going to go Phillip Rivers. I think they're going to draft aggressively, I think they need to upgrade the quarterback because that team is young, that team is nasty. The Quentin Nelson, the maniac, Marlon Mack. Yes, Peter, what would you like to add?
I'm going to give you Love, Eason, Hurts, Herbert. Is there a quarterback you think makes sense for the Colts in this draft class?
I like Eason a lot because I like the talent and I like Frank Reich around him.
Yep.
High upside, couple years to develop, win a Super Bowl in about 2023. That's what I'm thinking.
That's it.
That's around the corner. All right.
Okay.
This next one's for
All right,
you,
what do we
Nate.
got? What do we got? What do we got, MJ?
Your
Give me
lucky
something
team
good. Give me
is
something good.
Los Dolphins.
Okay, here we go.
The Dolphins.
Come on, Nate. Come on, man.
The biggest off-season addition?
Yes.
Listen, how about some way they make a move for a talented wide receiver?
Interesting.
Listen, I know, listen, if you're going to go in the draft and say, all right, we know what we're going to get to it. Let him sit on ice for a little bit. Let that hip heal up and allow him to develop underneath Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is a tremendous leader and the guy that can help Tua come along in his first season. How about you get a wide receiver, Amari Cooper, A.J. Green? If you could figure out a way to get a superstar, that way after a year of sitting on ice, Tua could come in after practicing and watching the game from a bird's eye view, have a true go-to wideout, and that will help him develop in his first few years in the league.
Love it.
Devontae Parker and Amari Cooper, I would sign up for that.
Me too.
Sure.
I give
For
Peter the
you?
goods. Come on.
The Cardinals.
Go on, Peter. Go on. Wheelhouse.
Give me one of these defensive beasts in the draft. Top 10 pick. They have the 8th overall pick. Give me Isaiah Simmons. Give me Derek Brown. Or give me Chase Young. Give me one of them because they've got the talent on the offense. We love the fact that Kyler Murray is going to be a 22-year-old quarterback coming off an NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. But I need to see if someone can stop the run, someone can make a play on D. Patrick Peterson's one of the best in the game. Chandler Jones is great. They're not getting any younger. Give me Derek Brown or give me Isaiah Simmons if he somehow falls to 8. But I love that, the 8th overall pick. Derek Brown, the big boy out of Auburn.
All right.
Love it. All right, speed round.
Let's
for
do
the
it.
final
What do you
one.
got? What do you got?
We're not too far away from the NFL draft in Las Vegas. Figures to be a wild one. I want to know why you'd want to hang out with this team's head coach at the draft in Vegas.
All right, give me
First
Joe
up-
Judge. Bring me Joe Judge.
No, it's...
What do we got?
We've got the Jaguars.
Nate,
Oh, that's easy. Oh, hell yeah.
Listen, man, we're going to hang out, go see a show, and then we're going to have a bologna sandwich with some wine. Shout out to my guy, Doug Marone.
Hey, Nate, what kind of show are you going to see with Doug Marone?
a little...
Mister?
Next up, we've got the Rams.
Take it, Peter. That's your boy. Your boy.
McVay and me at Club Omnia with Tiesto playing till 4 in the morning. We don't have first-round picks. We just go out like first-round picks. Enjoy it.
McVay's performing in the show. It's called Chippendales,
Yes,
I think,
exactly.
right? I can't wait. I'll be front row.
this is a
What do you
gift.
got?
Wait for this one. This
got?
is a gift. Patriots.
Oh, let's go. Let's get after it. We're going to get the giant 50-pound lobster. We're going to have a Mai Tai and a chain around our neck. We're going to play a little Ranjan or whatever they call it. We're going to gamble. We're going to get after Baccarat. I think Belichick goes to Vegas and everything stays in Vegas. I think he goes nuts there. I'm telling you, there's the one place he can go where there's a code where he can just let his hair down and take his shirt off. Belichick, you and me, Vegas. We're going to be staying at the Luxor. 6 guys sleeping on one floor.